Queen Elizabeth I was one of the most influential people of the 16th century. Queen Elizabeth was known for her curiosity, intelligence, and her outstanding leadership of her day. Elizabeth played a major role in English history, as her legacy wouldn't just consist of her remarkable accomplishments, but of her religious influence in the British Isles and in Europe. Through her character, actions, and her social interactions, she was able to change the perception of the English people by letting them recognize the Protestant values and encouraging discrimination towards people with conflicting religions. Therefore, Queen Elizabeth was able to deeply influence her people to uphold Protestant values through two main ways. First, Elizabeth influenced the expansion of Protestantism by establishing a connection with her civilians as well as inspiring anti-Catholic sentiments. Elizabeth's strong relationship with her people allowed her to influence individuals to embrace Protestant values and culture. It was important for Elizabeth to distinguish the Protestant religion and the Catholic religion. She saw it necessary to separate her people from a foreign Catholic power that could have the capability of diminishing her role as a queen. She was likely perceived as the figurehead of the English culture, as her ethnocentrism was a core aspect of her reign. Elizabeth's speech to the troops at Tilbury effectively discredits God's ability to support the Catholic forces than the English forces. She says in her speech, "Your obedience to myself and my general. We shall shortly have a famous victory over these enemies of my God and my kingdom." Her position as a powerful monarch who truly credits God's power and believes that an almighty being supports her in a battle against their Catholic enemies is really an effective position in proving her devotion to God as well as spreading Protestant influence. Second, Elizabeth was able to display her devotion towards her religion. Elizabeth's golden speech to the House of Burgesses says, "So I trust, by the almighty power of God, that I shall be his instrument to preserve you from envy, peril, dishonor, and shame." This fragment of her speech serves to acknowledge God's strength and her weakness compared to him. Since Elizabeth is a queen of a powerful nation, the fragment of her speech confesses her powerlessness and her reliability on God. She takes the time to express God's influence on her kingdom as she puts trust in God's judgment and his ability to keep the English people safe. Because she places so much hope in God and his promises, people will feel more aware of God's capabilities. It is important to know how Queen Elizabeth I was able to promote Protestantism in many ways. Some viewed her influence as a rebirth of God's destiny, but others knew that her actions would impact and endure discrimination for future generations of people and even change the course of history.